All right, guys, let's take a stab at that opener question here. So this is the tabular method. So this is how you would do it if it's like a repeating setup. So this is U and this is dV, okay? And so we take our original here, we assign that as the derivative of v, and then we take integrals going backwards. We assign cosine u, we take our derivatives going forwards this way. And so we get cosine 3x, negative sine 3x, and then negative 9 cosine 3x. Now, this part right here, this part that I wrote right here, the integral of something, is the end piece that the book doesn't really show very well, and it's kind of, normally if it's there, when we do these repeated ones, this one's 0, so 0 times this one gives us 0, so we don't have to worry about it. But in this particular case, it's kind of circular, and once it hits here, it just starts repeating itself over and over again. So semi-circular, or the idea is that it keeps repeating itself. So if we look at this, we go, we multiply diagonally here on tabular method, and that's where we end up with this. But I want to draw your attention to integral by parts when we do the lucky 7. So if I go like that, here is my first piece, okay? And then, but since I can't clean it up, I have to restart here. So I restart, and that's where this next piece comes from, okay? So that's the idea. This next piece comes from here. I assign this as my new piece, my new u, and then I assign this one as my new v prime. I integrate backwards, I get 1/4 e to the 2x, I get u, and then I multiply get my u prime. Well, if we do that, and we do our 7 here, we end up with this piece. Negative 3 times 1/4. There it is right there. But the tabular method kind of calculates it a little differently. And then we are going to subtract it from v times du, which is this piece here. But in our tabular method, it's here. So this would become the integral of negative 9 cosine of 3x times 1/4 e to the 2x. Like that. That's what goes there. So the tabular method just kind of replaces taking repeated integration by parts. Okay? So if you look at that answer key again, it's just really 2 integration by parts here. Here's the first one with the information we're given. Then I take this, put it here. I take my v, redesignate it as v prime, do my lucky number 7 again, and then since it starts repeating itself, I'm done, and that's where I come up with these 3 things. Now from there, it repeats itself. If you look at it, it repeats itself right here. So now I've done my plus, minus, plus. Now I can move this over and do a bunch of algebra work, which I took a picture of and sent to you guys on Remind. Okay? And if you need me to go any farther than that, let me know. But hopefully that helps you out a little bit on, this was number 4 or 3 on the opener. What was it? Wrong paper. I don't know where I put it. Something. Here it is. Number 4. Number 4 on the, after this, it's just a bunch of ugly algebra. But just remember, this is kind of like the lucky 7s. It's just repeated lucky number 7. It's just our repeated lucky 7s as we move across. So hopefully that helps some of you kind of see that, and we'll see you guys soon.